So welcome everybody. My name is Seba Hassan. I'm the Assistant Director for the Upward Bound Math and Science as well as the North Central Math Talent Search Program. Today I will be presenting a college application workshop. So let me get started. So obviously welcome to the college application workshop. This workshop is perfect for juniors and seniors, but also could be helpful for students of any age. It's never too early to start thinking about college application. So let us get started with the agenda, which is already up there. So our agenda today is first of all, we do some icebreakers. And then followed by the icebreaker, we will talk about the Common App and discuss early action and early decision processes. Then we will discuss the differences between selective and open enrollments and follow it up with some information on the enrollment processes of local colleges. Okay, so this is what the basic agenda would look like. Icebreaker, Common App, early action and early decisions, selective versus open enrollment, and colleges. Okay. So let's move on to the next slide, which is the icebreaker slide. Okay, so if you could, what is a better way to start a conversation where you want your life to go? So if money wasn't a factor, what career or field of work would you choose to work in? Either you can raise your hand or answer in the chat or unmute yourself and let us know, okay? So if money was not a factor, which career would you choose or field of work? So let's see if you guys are writing down in the chat box. So that's okay, Dominic. We just got started. We're just doing the icebreaker. And I'm just asking our audience today to write down the name of the school, the grade that they are in, and also if you find me looking here and there because I'm at 2 screen monitors and I'm trying to read the chat as well. So I am totally paying attention, just looking at the chat at the same time. So Dominic, you haven't missed a lot. We're just trying to introduce each other and try to find out which school you are from, what grade you guys are in, and also this icebreaker, I would like to know if money wasn't a barrier, if money was not into consideration, which career or field of work would you choose? Yes, Sarah is monitoring the chat, so let us know what are your choices. You can unmute or you can just type. So what career choices do you want to become? A doctor, an engineer, a nurse, an architect, an artist, an educator? What would you like to become if money wasn't a factor? So people are still pouring in. Thank you for joining us. For those of you who just joined, we are just doing an icebreaker. You haven't missed a lot. So I think it's a great thing to think of our dreams and checking them with our reality. Let's say if I want to be a president of the United States, it's likely I'll get there if I spend 15 years working in real estate rather than 15 years working in local or federal government, etc. So what do you think? If you really wanted to be a president of the United States, working 15 years in real estate would help, or working in the federal government would help. Ooh. So, Sarah, do we have any answers to the career choices?
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of really cool things. We have psychiatrist, forensics, editing, young adult novels, pianist, finance, engineer, law, ship captain, criminal psychology, sports medicine, teaching, international business law, stock market finance, forensic science, psychology, pediatric nursing, sports medicine, coding, computer programming, game design, psychology, mental health fields. Like that, what we're seeing so far.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That is an amazing, like a range of careers that you guys, and I am really, really proud of what you guys are thinking about, like your career choices. And I'm happy that you have, like, you're thinking in that direction. And the next step is to achieve those dreams, right? And to achieve those dreams, we have to actually go to college to get into one of those careers or to get that dream job of yours. So I will start with the next slide, which is the Common App. Okay. So the Common App is really useful website that can be used to apply. So what is it used to apply for several colleges? It keeps track of your transcripts and other information needed to apply to college. And signing up is easy and free. So I also want to share with you that website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing this PowerPoint slide and I'll try to share the screen for the Common App and go through it quickly to show students. Okay. Let me stop sharing this and I will share another screen for you guys. Share screen. So if you can see my screen, this is the commonapp.org, and for first-time students,
We're still seeing the agenda, I believe. At least I'm still seeing the agenda.
You are still seeing the agenda?
Students, are you also seeing the agenda?
Just let us know if you guys are still seeing the agenda. I can stop share and I can share it one more time.
Now we see the
So they are able to see the Common App website.
Oh yeah, they see it. Yep, I think
Okay,
mine's
all right. Okay. Thank you. So what if you want to take a screenshot of this is called the commonapp.org apply /apply /first-time students. And I'm just gonna play a quick video about what this Common App is about. So let me know if you guys can hear this. Can you hear this? Can you guys hear this? Okay, cool. All right, let's begin.
Step in a journey towards a better future. Common App is an online application that makes applying to college easy. Through a single platform, students can manage applications to multiple schools, request letters of recommendation, and connect to additional resources, including financial aid and scholarships once they've submitted. Here's how it works. After creating your account, adding a college is a great place to start. Common App members include more than 900 colleges and universities around the world. So there's a good chance you'll find a college that's right for you. You can search for a specific college or use specific criteria to explore colleges based on your needs and interests. Once you've added colleges to your list, the dashboard can help you stay organized. Here you can sort your college list by application deadline and view requirements details for each school. You can also see the status of different parts of your applications and each college's writing requirements. The application itself is made up of two parts: a set of common questions that go to any school you choose to apply to, and questions that are specific to individual colleges on your list. The common portion of the application, or Common App, helps you tell your unique story to every college you're applying to. Here's where you'll share information about you and your family, your high school and academic history, and any activities you're involved in. This is also where you'll share your personal essay. Under the My Colleges tab, you'll find specific questions and requirements for each college on your list. Every college is different, so it's important you pay close attention to what they may require in addition to the common portion of your application. Some colleges may ask for additional essays, while others may have specific requirements for submitting test scores or letters of recommendation. Be sure to check each college's information, as their policies may change from year to year. Once you've completed all the required questions in both sections, you're ready to submit your application. It's that simple. Congratulations! You've taken the first step towards your future by thinking about applying to college. Don't forget, Common App is here to support you along the way. You can find help at any time by visiting commonapp.org/help.
So thank you for paying attention to the Common App. But I hope if you have not already been on Common App that you will take some time out from your busy schedule. I know some of you are like in high school. It's pretty busy nowadays, especially if you're a junior or a senior. But make sure that you do go on this Common App and explore it a bit. I'll share my screen again, and I'll try to show you guys my PowerPoint. Okay, so any questions so far? Because it is a free app and you can create a free account, and what you can do is like you can apply not just to one college, you can apply to a host of different colleges, and it is a very good and safe place for you to start looking for colleges, because it also gives you deadlines and stuff. So I would like to move on to the next slide, and that would be early decision and early action. So what is early decision? Okay, let's see the difference, because they two seem very similar, but they are different. Early decision is different than early action. Okay, so early decision is a binding decision. Really, this is only useful if you know you want to go to a single school. Okay, very important. Like if you have made up your mind, like I really want to go to UMass Amherst, or I really want to go to UMass Lowell, then that is when you apply at an early decision. You want to go to a single school and you're pretty positive you're going to get accepted. So that's when you do the early decision. Early action doesn't have the same restrictions. You can apply to as many colleges as you want using early action. It's an earlier deadline, and you can find out if you got accepted earlier. So early decision is pretty much where you are very sure about, like, this is where I want to go, and you're very sure that you're going to get accepted. That's when you apply. And for early action, it's not like a binding, because early decision is a binding. So once you get accepted, then you cannot like move away from your decision. Early action is non-binding. So many people go for early action instead of early decision, but it is your choice. And it is with early action, it is an earlier deadline. Okay. Next thing is the rolling admissions, is when there is not a hard deadline or when you can apply. Less selective colleges are more likely to have rolling admissions, which brings me to my next point, which is the selective versus the open enrollment. So let's go over one more time. What is early decision, what is early action, and what is rolling admission? So early decision is the binding decision that is when you apply to a particular college, and it has a separate deadline. So all these deadlines will be available on the Common App. Early action is a non-binding one, but the deadline is earlier than the regular one, and you can choose which college you want. And the rolling admission is an ongoing application process, and most likely there are less selective colleges. And let's find out about what is selective versus open enrollment is. Okay, so I'm going to move to selective versus open enrollment. And selective enrollment means the admissions team at the college review your submitted materials and decide if you're a good fit for the college. Okay. So what do you mean by submitted materials is like your application, your transcript, your essays, and they'll take a good look at it and they'll find out if you're a good fit for the college. Okay. The open enrollment is more flexible and often have rolling admissions and flexible deadlines. So there are several deadlines in open enrollment. So selective enrollment, many four-year schools like UMass, Northeastern, Harvard, etc. are selective. In open enrollment, many community colleges or smaller four-year schools offer open enrollment. Mount Wachusett and Fitchburg State are two local examples of open enrollment. So, if you are interested in going to Mount Wachusett or Fitchburg State, so look out for their open enrollment and like they have flexible deadlines. That's really cool. And selective colleges don't really have flexible deadline. Like they have a like if you are applying to early decision or if you're applying to the the early action, you can always find out the deadlines for these colleges. Okay. So the next thing we want to see is let's move on to the next slide. College essays, very important, very important. Okay. So some people say to stay away from certain topics when writing college essays. I would say to write about whatever your heart tells you to write about, provided it's not graphic. So can you in the chat tell me, does anyone have any idea on what they want to write their college essays about? Some topics could be overcoming struggles. I can help you with that. Like or living with many siblings, overcoming hardships, etc. So let's see in the chat box, what do you think you can write in a college essay? So, what is college essays? College, I'm waiting for you guys to type in the chat box on what topics you want to write the college essay. But in the meantime, I'll explain what college essays are. The college often asks you for a college essay to get a better idea of who you are and if you had been a good fit for the college. So people write on a variety of topics about the struggles, if they're immigrants, if they are playing sports or anything. Like we will never know what can click and like get you accepted into a particular college. Okay. So what do you want to write your college essay about? That's what I'm most curious. Sarah, do we have any answers in the chat box?
There's nothing yet. Nope.
Okay, all right. So my audience is here. I would like to know some thing that you think you may write in your college essays. And it is basic, it's very personal essays that you write to the college, explaining them who you are, why you want admission in that college, and how you can be a good. So your personal stories, which are like obviously you have to be mindful of like not having any graphic languages and that, but any struggles that you might have, any of those are like some of the topics can be for the college. So
So we've got some comments about how some event in their past helped them grow into the person they are today, adversities that they had to overcome. Somebody mentioned about having interest in their career field since they were a child.
yes, absolutely. Love that. Thank you, Sarah. So Benjamin, I like what you're saying, like how as a kid you wanted to go to college. That's a really powerful one because when you're a kid, you have like so many different ambitions. Like when I was talking about careers, like somebody wants to be a pilot, somebody wants to be a doctor or nurse or a police officer, but not many kids have that. Like they want to go to college because you knew that in order to achieve those dreams, you have to go through a college. So that could be really powerful. If I was the admission counselor or if I was the person looking at the essay, I would be really impressed. Dominic writes, I would write about adversities that I had to overcome. Yes, absolutely. Like it shows the strength and shows how you have now that you have overcome those adversities, it makes you all the more stronger person. And Sarah writes, how some events in my past helped me grow into the person I am today. Absolutely. So, like how you're shaped by your environment and by the events in your life, and that beautiful personality that you have developed is like writing about that is really helpful as well. So, yeah, I totally get like all these points are really good. Thank you for sharing, all of you. And if anybody else wants to share, like what they would like to write in their college essay, because this is a reflection of you. If you just want to like, even if you don't want to write it for yourself, if you want to give some pointers to your friends over here, I would appreciate it. Like, yeah, what do you think will look good on a college essay? Um, so. Thank you, Benjamin, Dominic, Sarah. We have a good one there. And are you afraid of being judged when you write a college essay? Like, oh my God, will they judge me too much? Is anyone in the audience or like, oh, I have this beautiful story that I can write, real life story, but I'm afraid like people might take it in the wrong way. Let me know in the chat box if that is something that you are. So, you know what? If you are not already a part of the TRIO program, the TRIO programs, I think for Leominster High School have the Talent Search, Education Talent Search program, and I think there are Upward Bound Math and Science program at the Pittsburgh State for you guys. With TRIO counselors, if you're familiar with the TRIO program, they will definitely help you write a good essay, and they will guide you into what is correct and what is wrong. Is anybody over here familiar with the TRIO program? If you are already a part of the TRIO, please write it in the chat box, like yes. And I had gone to this conference 2 years ago, and they wanted to highlight like what are the qualities or something that can be used. And they said like, I don't have any qualities, I don't have any work experience, what should I put in my college essay, or what are my skill sets? But you know what, even if you have babysat your sibling at home, that is also considered as a good skill set to have. So don't hesitate, no matter how small or how big you think your achievements are, always try to write it down. You never know, like that could be something that is really important for someone else. So anybody who is a TRIO person here, who is in the Education Talent Search, Upward Bound, Math and Science? Okay. Destiny is here. Hello, welcome, Destiny. So I what I can do is like I can show you. I'll stop sharing the screen and I'll show you something that is more about the Common App. So it is, first of all, it is a free app. And for those of you who came in late, so you just have to go to commonapp.org. Can you guys see my screen? So there is an application guide for first-time students. So like if you have never been on a Common App, there is an application guide. And there is a whole video that we just shared and how to create a common. So what are some of the materials that you can gather in order to fill out an application? So if you are a junior, senior, or even at any stage of your school, filling out an application will just take time. So what I'm trying to do is like trying to find out for you the best way to collect all the materials that you need in order to get started with the college application process. Okay, so anybody here have any questions so far regarding the Common App application process? What is a early action, early decision, or rolling admissions, anything like that? Yeah, please feel free to chat, put it in the chat box. So if you can look at my screen, there is like a whole guide as to what you would need. Obviously, you start with your high school transcript. So yes, your grades do matter when you're applying to colleges. List of your activities and work and family responsibilities. So just like I said, like don't consider yourself like, oh, I'm not good at something. You may never know what can impress the college admission. Okay, so even if you have babysat your siblings and you think like, oh, or you just helped your family with their business, anything, nothing is too small. Okay, so a list of your activities, work, and family responsibility. Test scores and dates from your college entrance exam. So SATs, ACTs are important. Okay, and then we also need your parent or your legal guardian information and academic honors and achievements. So if you have like not collected all these yet, if you're a junior or a senior, you can start doing that. Or if you are very young, so you can look at it and say like, oh, this is what I need for my college application, and I will try to get that in my portfolio. So what are some of the things? Getting good grades because you need a high school transcript. A list of your activities, work, and family responsibilities. That means if you have anything, like if you take care of your siblings, if you take care of your family business, or any activities like sports or work. So how many of you guys play sports here? It's also a good thing on your college application process. So it depends. Like you can. Ooh, nice, Alex Connor. That's nice. So because it is your account, you will get your transcript, and you can do it yourself as well. So very nice. So what sports do you play, Alex and Connor? Baseball. Cool. Dominic plays sports as well. That's nice. Yeah, you know that there are some special scholarships for sports as well, and you can achieve it when you're applying for that college application. The next thing you need is nice to know that you guys play those sports. So SATs and ACTs, some of the colleges require it. So you will need to make sure that you apply and do pre-SATs and then get a good score at SATs as well. Not all colleges require it, but some of them do. So find out if your college has a requirement for SATs and ACTs, and your parent or legal guardian information is also required, and any academic honors and achievements. So now is the time to see if you have been in honors classes or if you have participated in a debate competition or something like some extracurricular activities do help in your application process. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is create an account. So I'm going to see if I can play this video for you. Can you guys hear this?
Create a first-year Common App account. Hi, it's Stephanie from Common App. Let's take a look at how you can create a first-year Common App account. To create a first-year Common App account, use the Create Account button on commonapp.org. First, you're asked what kind of account you want to create. You can use the information icon to learn more about each type of account. For this video, we're going to create a first-year student account. First, you'll enter your email address and choose a password. Make sure to choose an email you check often. This email is how Common App and colleges you're applying to will get in touch with you. You'll also use this email to log into your account each time. Next, you'll enter your name, phone number, and date of birth. Be sure to use your legal name as it appears on official documents. This will help colleges to match documents with the correct applicant. Then, use the Add Address button to enter your address. First, select the country, and then type in your address. Select your address from the results given. If you don't see your address in the list, you can enter the correct information manually. Next, you're asked if you are currently based in a European Union country and when you plan to start college. Finally, you'll review and affirm some statements in the Common App privacy policy. Please take some time to carefully read and check the affirmation before continuing. When you're ready, use the Create Account button to complete the process. And that's it. Now that you understand how to create a Common App account, you're ready to get started.
All right, so that was a very easy one to create an account. Let's see what the next one is. Add colleges. This is an important one. So you have to very carefully select your colleges. Let's go over the video and see.
The My Colleges tab is where you'll see all of the colleges you've added to your list. For each college, you will answer college-specific questions, invite and manage recommenders, complete any additional supplements, and submit your application. The college's information page provides detail about its requirements. Some of these requirements include deadlines, standardized testing policy, and recommendation requirements. The college's contact information is also included. In the application section, you'll answer their specific questions, invite recommenders, and submit. Take some time to review this section to understand your workload. The number and types of questions and recommender requirements are unique to each college. Some colleges may also require a writing supplement or portfolio. You'll access those sections in the My Colleges tab as well. Keep in mind, writing supplements and portfolios are completed and submitted separately from your application. Be sure to double-check your dashboard to make sure you've submitted all required items for a college. Common App is here to support you along the way. You can find help at any time by visiting commonapp.org/help.
So as I told you, once you add the colleges, it will show up in My College list. So you can select as many colleges because there is a variety of colleges on the Common App, and it also not just does the name of the colleges, like when is the deadline for early decision, early action, rolling admissions, everything, and whether these colleges require an SAT, ACT. So everything, all that information that you need will be available on the Common App. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So as you can see, the state or the country that college is located in, distance from your zip code, and enrollment term. So if you say you want to go to, say, a college in New Jersey, so you can put in your zip code from where you are and see how far away that college is from you. And or if you want to go to Rhode Island College, can you do a commute? Do you have to go and stay at the dorms? So these are some of the things that are very helpful. The next thing is adding a college. It's easy, and there are some fee waivers. If you can see, a request to the college to remove application fees. So there are some fee waivers available, and also if you are a part of the FRIO program, there are some SAT waivers that are available to the FRIO students. And if you are like a FRIO student, do ask your counselors to help you with that waivers. Okay, and then once you add the colleges, the next step would be to engage supporters. This is important. So so what do you mean by engage supporters? Like somebody, some of the colleges need like school forms, and somebody might ask you for letter of recommendation. So any teacher or counselor is a good help that they can help you with writing a good letter of recommendation. So be ready, be prepared for that. Parents, teachers, other recommenders, advisors, like all those people are like really, really helpful when it comes to writing letters of recommendation. So every college gets to choose their own recommendation requirement, and you can find more detail on the college information page. So let's see what does that mean, and let's go the FERPA form.
Authorization. Hi, it's Shauna from Common App. Let's review how to complete the FERPA release authorization and what that means for your application. FERPA stands for the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. FERPA is a federal law that protects the privacy of student education records. It also gives you the right to review letters of recommendation after you enroll. Check out our info sheet on Common App Ready for more information about FERPA. Completing the FERPA release authorization is the first step in the recommendation process. Once you've completed the authorization, you can begin inviting your counselor and teachers. To access the release authorization, go to any college in the My Colleges tab. Then, go to the Recommenders and FERPA section. At the top of the page, you'll see the FERPA section and a button you can use to access it. It's important to note that the FERPA release is only completed once. Your answer will apply to all the colleges on your list. The first page of the FERPA release gives you some more information about how FERPA works. You'll need to select the affirmation at the bottom before continuing. Next, you'll need to authorize the release of your school records to the colleges you're applying to through Common App. Then, you'll choose whether to waive your right to review any recommendations and documents submitted to a college. Waiving your right states that you do not intend to read your recommendations after enrolling at your future college. This can help reassure colleges that the recommendation letters are candid and truthful. Note that you will never be able to review recommendations from a college you were either not accepted to or a college you chose not to enroll in. Also, some recommenders may refuse to write a letter unless you waive your rights. Check with your counselor or teachers to see if any of them follow such a policy. If you still have questions, it's always a good idea to discuss your decision with your counselor, another school official,
or a parent or legal guardian. Finally, you will check the affirmation at the bottom and provide your signature. Once you complete the authorization, you can begin inviting and assigning your recommenders. It's important to understand that your selection cannot be changed once a form has been submitted for you. Forms include applications, letters of recommendation, or other recommender forms. And that's it! Now that you understand how to complete the FERPA release authorization, you're ready to get started.
So I'm going to stop share the screen, and then I just wanted to let you know, like after the FERPA, you have to understand the requirement of particular colleges, like not just, I know the time is running out and like we're almost at the end of the session. So make sure that each college has unique requirements. So make sure that you pay close attention to the college that you're interested in. And obviously, we already discuss the essay writing part, which is important. So give some thought into it, ask your counselors, career counselors, guidance counselors, who can help you plan writing the essays, okay? So no matter what age group you are, whether you're in middle school or in high school, it's never too early to apply to colleges. And I am thankful that you guys are showing interest, and all those of you who have attended this session, I wish you good luck with your college application process, whether it is 2 years from now or 7 years from now. I appreciate you joining us, and I wish you all the best in your career choices as well as your college admission process. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today.